Starting back with Stone Age tribes, there has been a multitude of organizational systems that have been perpetually changing one another, until arriving at the modes of civil regulation that we have today. Have we ended up with a perfect form of government, or is there room for change, modification, improvement? There is no single model of government that suits every nation. Many questions arise when looking at the political diversity that we have today worldwide. Who or what created the authority that governs us, and why do we have to obey it? Is it right to act against this authority? And if it is, when and why? All these questions were addressed over thousands of years by a large group of thinkers. In coming episodes, we'll try to estimate the nature and purpose of government across a relatively small historical period. This short story is about the prominent Chinese thinker Confucius. Confucius was born in 551 BC during an exciting period in world history when many changes took place across the globe. Individuals like Buddha, Zoroaster, and Pythagoras were shaping the philosophical and religious map of antiquity. Meanwhile, in China, during the spring and autumn period, Confucius, or Grandmaster Kong, was working on the foundations of political thought and cultural ethics in Eastern Asia. That period is characterized by political turbulence in China's cultural life. Confucius rebelled against the ongoing political turmoil in which landowning families were gaining in power, often through violence, causing traditional ruling to decline. In the mind of Confucius, the past represented a golden age where people were ruled by wise and morally elevated rulers. Essentially, he was protesting against the emerging legally determined state. It is believed that by twisting past institutions and rights, Confucius was pushing a new political agenda of his own. If the people be led by laws, and uniformity sought to be given them by punishments, they will try to avoid the punishment, but have no sense of shame, he said. The Grandmaster was insisting on some sort of a moral code that would shape governmental decisions. He envisioned an organization of rulers who would come to power on the basis of their moral merits, instead of their lineage. A perfect ruler, an ideal man, or Chun Tzu, was supposed to possess the following major qualities: Tao, Yang, Li, De, Only after mastering these elements could a person qualify to govern other people. Many of Confucius' views are in dissonance with the modern Western political vision. Grandmaster Kong did not believe in a democratic type of government. He expressed fears that the masses lacked the intellect to make suitable political decisions and might elect an ignorant ruler. In his view, since not everyone is created equal, not everyone has the right of self-government. In a contemporary cultural framework, his views could be rendered as follows. Often, our mind becomes dominated by public opinion and media. We refuse to recognize the evidence of social evolution. Democracy celebrates averageness. Other ideas of the great sage were very much accepted by Western public, such as the importance of family values and traditions in the political life of a society. Most of the Grand Master's teachings were recorded by his disciples in 9 books, the most famous of which is the Analects. His most prominent student, Mencius, who lived about 100 years after Confucius' death in 479 BC, developed the master's teachings even further and affirmed that the mandate to rule over a population was given by heaven, and subjects likewise had a mandate to overthrow that ruler if he has become a tyrant. In the same way, Mencius agreed with the ruling class system, adding that not only aristocracy, but virtually anyone can attain a high civil status through hard work, but mostly education. After the unification of China in 221 BC, Confucius' teachings were suppressed, but under the succeeding Han Dynasty, China's rulers at last turned to the great sage. High rulers realized that a humanistic way of looking at the government would be more successful in the long run, gradually starting to test potential political officials in their knowledge of Confucian literature. The new wave of government officials would now have to be well-rounded individuals, as opposed to just having administrative skills. This philosophical maneuver secured and justified the ruling class position, and shielded itself from the uneducated element in politics. Up until the end of imperial rule in 1911, Confucianism became the official philosophy of the Chinese state. Despite being completely swept away by Mao in 1949, the teachings of the Grand Master Kong are again being openly followed at his home, even today influencing bureaucratic mindsets, forging educational methods, and shaping the political elite in China.